What's up, everybody? This is Turn 2 Commentators. I'm Blake. That is Levi. And we are bringing you a Miami recap from this past weekend. Levi, what were your thoughts on this past weekend?
We had good expectations coming out for Homestead, as you know, everyone wants that to be the closing race. Overall, the best race of the weekend at Homestead, I'll give it to the trucks. Overall grade, Fox broadcast included. I give it an 8.5. The racing, I give it overall, I give it a 9, but broadcast brought it down a little bit.
Is that for the Cup or trucks?
For all three, just overall.
Yeah, no, truck race, I feel like for some reason happened to be the best race. Like you had drama, issues. Corey Heim somehow had the fastest truck I've ever seen in the world and was still cutting off and catching people when it would cut back on.
I kept telling you, like, what if he's doing that on purpose just to make it interesting? Because they said Larson is going to win it.
Yeah,
did you hear what he said at the beginning of the race?
Corey Heim. Oh yeah, that he was. Larson was going to get comfortable watching his rear bumper all night.
Technically, it was true if that truck didn't cut off.
Yeah, and Larson himself spun out, and I thought, oh, that was it. He did the typical Kyle Larson move.
Do you think Corey Heim is more talented than Kyle Larson at that point in their career, or on the same level? Because they say trucks is like the Cup Series.
I can see Corey Heim. He's on that. He's like that next guy. Like he's gonna be the guy that probably run. He's probably gonna win the championship this year. He's probably gonna go to Xfinity,
replace Denny Hamlin.
Probably dominate Xfinity, and then eventually, or he might just skip and go straight to Cup.
You never know. Denny Hamlin may say, "You know what? I'm joining 20." Depending on how the lawsuit happens, he may join 2311 if they can win, and then Corey Heim takes over the 11 car.
Yeah, he's the next Toyota poster boy for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I'll give the weekend good. What about you?
Yeah, and I know we talked a lot about Larson was going for the sweep. The race he dominated, he didn't even win, which kind of shocked me because he had a 17-second lead with 5 to go in the Xfinity race.
May say it's a little controversial, but
that's fine. I'm sure you will.
I feel like I gotta use the NBA as a. Well, Anthony Edwards, they said, you want to be the face of the NBA. He said, no, I don't want that. I don't want that whatsoever. They could try to compare him to Michael Jordan, all of that. It seems though with Kyle Larson, he may win. I'm not a dirt expert, but I know he wins on a lot of different surfaces, and he's really good at it. But it's like they're trying to force him, oh, he's better than Max Verstappen. You put him in Max's car, first of all, if you put him in that second Red Bull car, he may end up like Liam Lawson, depending on whatever they're doing to that car. But it's like now they're saying, I think he can win. When he said he should have 50 wins by now. First of all,
well, hang on.
No, it's not. This is not a shot at him.
No, but you got to finish the quote. He said in the old car.
Yeah, an old car. And my argument
which I agree with.
But my argument wasn't against him that any driver would say that. How many wins do you think Jeff Gordon would have had more if they didn't switch to the next? If they would have kept the car from the 90s, every driver would say that. If Richard Petty would have 400 wins, they didn't switch cars.
I don't know if you've listened to DBC yet, but they said Jeff Gordon at 32 years old had 64 wins.
Yeah, so to me, I don't care what 7-time you put in front of me, what fan, what family, Jeff Gordon in the mid to late 90s was the best driver ever in NASCAR history.
When they said
that, like 46 wins.
Yeah, when they said that, it really put it into perspective how dominant he was. I was like, dang.
That year, Kyle Larson won 10 races. Jeff Gordon had, I think, 2 more seasons with more wins than that. And the only reason he didn't do a 4-peat is because Texas Terry won in between.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Larson does have the, I guess, the potential to be the guy that gets the next, I guess, 60 wins or whatever. He's got that potential, but if he even wants to do NASCAR, it seems like he wants to do dirt racing more than NASCAR here lately.
And I feel like if this other guy you already know I'm about to bring up wasn't in NASCAR, I would be 100% for Kyle Larson. But Kyle Busch is in NASCAR. It's like this man. That's why I can't wait for him to leave RCR this year. Just leave, go to another. Some other team that is more reliable and throws out more power.
I know we're kind of jumping around, but that man rode in 34th all day Sunday.
Who had it for the last time? Him or Cody Ware?
I thought there was something wrong with his car. There wasn't.
I kept seeing Kyle Busch like. But I'm saying, like, all the love, and I guess since this is the main topic of the weekend, what did you ask me the other day? What would I rank Kyle Larson? Right?
Yeah.
What did I say? I said I put Denny Hamlin.
Fourth. You said fourth right now.
Joe Logano, Denny Hamlin. That can be argued. And Joe Logano, Denny, Kyle Busch right ahead of him. Only reason I put Kyle Busch because who's in a better car? Kyle Busch or Kyle Larson?
Kyle Larson.
When have you ever seen a Hendrick Motorsports car ride around the back now and you can't count Heat 5?
Never.
And they kept saying, "Oh, it was Sam Mayer." Even if this man, you heard that?
Yeah, what was that?
Computer.
Was even it about to die?
I got 20 seconds. Even if
plug it up.
I know. Let me finish this point before I forget. Even if this man, that's already got to be me, would have pulled off the triple threat, he would still be one behind Kyle Busch, and he would need to do it 2 more times to pass Kyle Busch. That's why they kept asking Kyle Busch. I mean, I'm glad I'm the only one that's ever been able to do it. It would have been nice if he did it, but I'm the only one.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been cool if Larson done it, but it's like
it would have been people that would say Kyle Larson better than Kyle. It's people right now that believe Kyle Larson is better than Kyle Busch ever was.
Oh, yeah. What did we say when we were talking on the phone earlier? He barely has 50 total NASCAR series wins.
What was that? Someone said Kyle Busch off year is a lot of these drivers' best years.
Yeah. Where's your camera go?
Plugging up my computer. What did you think about the pit road issues this weekend?
Well, they were definitely, I guess, less tire and wheel fall off issues, but there was definitely some controversy on Josh Berry and Joey Logano and Larson.
Yeah,
there he is. He's back.
The pit road issues. I don't know. I mean, I can't really blame anyone. I mean, those are humans out there. You're not gonna make. You're not gonna be perfect every stop. Some people are blaming Josh Berry for that incident in the cup race.
But how do you blame Josh Berry? He had nowhere else to go.
Like they said on DVC, he would have to make a complete stop. And you already know on pit road, that's where you gain and lose a lot.
Ain't nobody stopping for anybody out there.
I will say I know who had the best pit crew on Sunday.
Oh, it was that 23 car.
23. That's what I was like, if they get one more caution.
Oh, that's what they were. That's what Freddie Kraft was saying. He said, "Man, if we get one more caution, we had like the fastest short run speed car right now, and we had the fastest pit crew all day."
But hey, take a top 3. That's fine.
Yeah, Bubba looked good. He ran with the big dogs. He held off Larson for a little bit.
That
was a good run.
Had people who, as they say, despise Bubba Wallace. I had to agree with him on this one. Freddie was talking too much. I don't know if you saw that clip going around. Freddie was giving him like 1,500 things.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I got it. I know. Kind of like Lewis Hamilton. Look, I know. Let me do it.
Yeah, just shut up and let me drive.
Would you want, if you were a driver in a top car, would you want all the information at the beginning? How would you want them to feed you information?
I was thinking that Sunday because I've been doing the HBO Max driver cam thing, and I swap. Like, I'll see something on the TV and be like, "Oh, let me go swap to him," Like I listened to a lot of Larson just because I wanted to see how he was like riding the line, the high side. He gets a lot of information, but then I go, I went to I think I went to Noah Gregson and they were like silent. So it's just weird how some drivers get a lot of info and then other drivers don't even really care. I don't know. I'd probably like being a little bit in the middle. Like kind of let me do my thing. Like if I'm just riding around for 50 laps by myself, don't even really talk to me.
On a little extreme lower level, whenever I would do like hour, 2.5 hour endurance races, in the middle part, I would get like blah and just that's why I would want someone to talk to me. It's almost like
Did you
when
have you
you
seen the video of the guy doing a go-kart race, endurance race, and he has a pod in his ear and his buddy's spotting for him on the outside?
yeah, I've been in several of those events. Like, how did you know I was going right there? Yeah, someone was telling me that that's what you were faster than me, and that's why I kind of left you like, wow. But at the beginning, of course, okay, on the restart or whatever, give me all the information. But
Yeah.
like once we get separated, just be quiet and I'll ask for information.
Yeah, like if
But
I come up on somebody, just let me know when they're there.
it's something like, let's say you and Skylar are driving, just you two, a long drive, and she's telling you turn right, turn left. It's like when the directions in
Yeah.
2 miles, turn left. In
And it's
1
like
mile, now turn left. I know.
yeah, we're just going to the grocery store. Like I know where I'm going.
Yeah, the car up there is going 10 miles slower than you. And he's been going a little while. Like, look, come on, man. But yeah, over in besides, I mean, it wasn't a bad weekend. Now, was this weekend better than Vegas or Phoenix? I
Go ahead.
if it wasn't for the high side being used, because that's what everyone's looking forward to, for some reason I would say it was second. I would put Phoenix, Homestead, Vegas, totality of the weekend for all races.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't a bad race. If this is a bad race for Homestead, this is a lot of other racetracks' best weekend.
Right. And yeah, it was kind of weird, but we all know the Phoenix or the first Phoenix race is always better than the last one for some reason. We don't know why. So it's kind of weird that we had them back to back in the early season. But like they were talking on DBC, which I didn't even know this, they dropped this bombshell that they're supposed to be announcing Homestead's going to be the final race next year. It's going to be the championship race.
I like what they said 2027 with Las Vegas as well. That's a
yes, that's perfect. Move. Like do the rotation, do Vegas. I know this place would be a little bit cold. I know they mentioned Kansas, but what about Nashville? I mean, that's a.
Well, I mean,
it would be.
I mean, it sounds like Stephen A. Smith is other reasons why I would want to go to Nashville.
Well,
too.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Bring those to the track.
Yeah, yeah, you would have
a bunch of Blaney fans too.
Yeah, but then again, it's November or whatever. It's probably gonna be like 27 degrees.
Yeah. Is there?
But I'm glad it's in the works that
they brought up Darlington too, which I mean, the market around there be kind of
dude. Because we're getting ready to go there in 2 weeks. I'm going to the Xfinity race.
What?
And yeah, I'm going to the Xfinity race.
I could have went.
You can still go. You got 2 weeks. Meet us there.
We'll talk offline.
Okay, but anyways,
I had my people talk to your people.
The guys I'm going with, I'm not even going with Brendan or anything like that, unless he wants to go. But I was telling them because this is their first time going. I'm like, you literally go down a road, and then there's just a racetrack in the middle of the woods. You would never even think.
Yeah, from there's a racetrack to Darlington, like a straight shot. I don't really have to veer off. Also, I want to get to that. What were you doing at 6:51 yesterday?
Oh, you talking about the Kyle Busch and Brexton Busch running the at Millbridge?
Yeah, Millbridge, take a sip.
Oh yeah.
Now she's cool. Not on DBC now. She's you don't really hear about Millbridge, but I actually like that. Now, if that was your son and your son had talent, how would you race him?
Oh, I'm not going to let him win.
How would you feel if he dumped you in the corner to win and you seen him
We
celebrating over there?
the Xbox is gone for 2 weeks.
Dad, can you take me get ice cream? No,
Nah,
nah.
nah. See, a lot of people, like, I saw the thing because, he put it in 1851, whatever the military time. I'm like, okay, it's something with 2 cars. I was like, it's
People thought it
probably
was a
him.
throwback paint
No,
scheme.
yeah, I was like, nah, it's probably him and Brexton.
You know what other people said, right? He's retiring. They're like, okay, you retire in the middle of the season.
At one point, I did think, I'm like, man, is he gonna announce he's going back to Toyota and he's gonna either drive the 18 or 51? Like,
He's going to Penske. I believe. I'm gonna keep throwing that out there. If he goes to Penske, watch out. Dun, 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 dun.
sorry, I had to sneeze.
Damn, it took your soul.
Yes, it was one of those ones that like hurt.
Oh, dang. But also, how did you feel about Fox's coverage? The
Okay,
entirety of it for anything Fox was covering.
the Friday night race, the truck race, was good because it was drivers only, and I love when they do that because they know what they're talking about. We
Have
don't
they
have
ever
to
did
hear
that for
them.
Cup?
No, I mean, what are they gonna do? Get Xfinity drivers in there
No, it's Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, and someone else.
or X driver? Yeah, they should do that.
They can do Larry McReynolds up
But
there.
I mean, you had Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, and Brad Kay in the booth for the truck race, and you didn't have the rambling nonsense of Jamie Little and Michael Waltrip. Like, it was so
I
good.
see. It's almost
I
like
don't like that.
hold on. It's almost like when you watch Batman and Robin. Some people's favorite character is Robin, but they like him in the role he's in. But if it was like tonight we're gonna watch the Adventures of Robin, I wouldn't watch that. I
Right.
like Jamie Little and Michael Waltrip in the booth with like a Kevin Harvick or someone else that's controlling the thing. Where it's like they give you doses of that, not like even though I love her, Jamie Little is talking all day long, like she used to
But,
race in the car. I can see what you mean with that.
yeah. But I will say the CW broadcast is so much better than Fox on Sunday. I mean, you got Adam Alexander and Jamie McMurray in there. Who doesn't love Jamie McMurray?
How do you feel watching him on DBC? He's really people think Kevin Harvick is clean cut. Jamie McMurray is more clean cut.
Yes,
How do you think
is.
How do you think he would? Who would I say? Jamie McMurray is like. I forgot. He's like Carl Edwards and John Cena if they were like acting like a president. How do you think Jamie McMurray would do with Kevin Harvick?
Oh, I think it'd be great. I mean them guys. I mean, I like when, like, if you go to like other sports, like for example, baseball, which is about to start up, Sunday night baseball or Monday night, whoever. You got Alex Rodriguez in the booth. Like, I
I can
love
listen to
that.
Alex Rodriguez talk about baseball.
Right, because you're listening to guys that know what's going on, and they can tell you what these drivers are thinking or what these crew
In that
chiefs are
moment.
doing. Yes, and you don't have I don't know why I keep saying her, but Jamie Little or Mike Joy kind of trying to guess what's going on.
It's like IndyCar's #1 commentator, Will Buxton. He was with Formula One for the longest, and he just switched over.
Right.
It's a lot of who was it? A current. I'll get back to you on that one. Because I didn't know you can do this. Be full time in one sport, but be a reserve driver for another sport. I didn't know that. For McLaren.
Who?
Let me see. 1 second.
So what? Well, someone's a reserve driver for F1 and is a driver for Indy, I'm just assuming?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He practiced last year at Brazil. Yeah. Pato Ward is a reserve driver for
That's
McLaren.
Isn't that like their main guy for IndyCar?
Yeah. And
So what happens if he gets the call to F1? Who takes his spot?
I mean, they have a lot of people in the McLaren camp. There's a lot of people coming up. They can pull from F3, F2, because it's not the same car, but it's similar. But I thought that was nice. Now, I don't know if it's a way they can call Kyle Larson. Only way Kyle Larson gets to F1 is, Haas. But back to what you're talking about. I think it's all about chemistry. You gotta get the right broadcast. I think it can be it's like we look at regular racing as the worst team out there for some reason, but a lot of people talk about their facilities and the people, some of the greatest that you can get in NASCAR. But it's like Fox Sports may try, but it's like almost like trying to repair a marriage that's been bad for like 10 years. Yeah, you can try, but it's not gonna fix it. How does you lose connection with the race? How does that happen? The
all
commercials.
the hype that Fox has had around Indy, and you lose connection, and
How
then
would you feel?
they get booted to the NASCAR race.
How would you feel if you are watching? I'll throw it out there. Let me go pie in the sky. The championship race, and somehow Kyle Busch is in it, and they lose connection with the last 30 laps, and there's no way for you to watch it.
I would rage so hard. I mean, I practically did with the CW thing a couple of weeks ago.
Hey, just be glad you're not 95 years old trying to watch the Xfinity race, and you're trying to work TV.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, the race was it was. If I'm a new fan, I don't watch a NASCAR. If I'm a new fan, what series would you recommend me to watch? Only the closest thing in racing I've seen was I've heard about Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 2002. That was it.
Well, this is kind of one of my pet peeves with NASCAR fans. Well, certain NASCAR fans. I mean, like you have the fans that watch everything, like us. If there's NASCAR event, we're watching it. We're most likely probably gonna watch the ARCA race too, depending on what track it is. But then you have the other fans that just watch the Cup race and they don't even pay attention to the trucks or Xfinity. I mean, I don't know if I could just watch Cup. Like,
I remember the first time I watched an Xfinity race. Wow. The first time I remember, I don't remember what track it was. The first time I laid eyes on it, guess what car was on the TV? Xfinity race.
Probably Kyle Busch.
It was Kyle Busch when he was in that Lowe's car, the Lowe's number 5. No one ever talks about that Lowe's number 5. That's when I was like, oh, let me start watching this. And I remember a couple of years before that, it was 2004. I know David Green won the championship in 2002. As in the trucks, of course, Ron Hornaday, I always knew about that.
No.
And that Kevin Harvick had ran trucks. But once I got into it, it's almost like watching a UFC fight. I'm just going to watch the main fight, just the main event, and I'm not going to watch no other fights. I'm like,
it's kind of
that's ultimate casual,
right? So if I was to recommend, I mean, obviously, I'm probably going to tell them watch the Cup race, but I'm also going to say watch the Xfinity race. Yeah, because then if you like it, if you like it, then when all three are running, you got a Friday night, you got Saturday, and then you got a Sunday.
I try to explain to my mother when she watches it that I try to put it in regards to NASCAR's top 3 national series. It's like Major League, AAA, and Single A. If some of because in Major Leagues you can go down, rehab and whatnot. Right. You can go down and play. That's basically what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
That, like you said, second tier, the facts up and coming and whatnot. But if I was going to recommend to a fan, I would say watch dirt racing, short track. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's shorter races. I mean, do you think? Take a random person would sit down like, oh, I'm gonna watch these 327 laps of Las Vegas. If they never watched the race before,
they're probably not gonna do that.
You gotta like certain tracks and also marketability. Who is Can you take a wild guess who's on the F1 cover this year for F125?
If I was to guess, knowing how, probably Lewis.
Just Lewis.
It's just okay. Well, I know the last couple of years they've had like Verstappen, Lewis, and Lando. So
Lewis, whether it's multiple or just single, he's been on the cover since 2015.
Well, because I mean, you think F1,
you think
Lewis, Max. Nobody really knows anybody else unless you're a true F1 fan.
Yeah, oh, he's from my country, he made it. But with F1. I hate to compare, but Lewis Hamilton. My sister knows about Lewis Hamilton without him racing. Based on who
Yeah.
he's dated, people know about Max Verstappen, the Heineken commercials. People know
Yeah.
about certain. They know how to market. Lewis Hamilton's about to inherit Enzo Ferrari's house and car collections. Like they know Fernando Alonso because he's won
Mhm.
in every other thing. And NASCAR, if you got Kyle Larson doing dirt, I'm not gonna throw Christopher Bell in there because do you think if you go to your next door neighbor, they know who Christopher Bell is?
No.
Who do they
I'm gonna be
besides Chase
honest.
Elliott?
I was gonna say
Who
I'm
do
gonna
they got
be
to market?
honest. I'm gonna be honest. If I was to go ask somebody if they know who Kyle Larson is I'm gonna give it like a 50-50 maybe. Maybe a
Yeah,
60-40 chance that
Kyle.
they
They
know
have to
who Kyle
think.
Larson is.
It's like
But I
in the
tell you,
'80s.
if I go across the street and ask if they know who Dale Earnhardt Jr. is, they're gonna say, yeah.
They can say I haven't watched the racing since 2003. I know who
Yeah.
Dale.
Yeah.
What are the chances you go out anyone? Do you know? Can you name? Give me the first name of someone with the last name Earnhardt. Oh, Dale.
Yeah. Everyone knows Dale. And that's what's
Who?
missing because Junior is actually he's actually on the Bussin' with the Boys podcast this week, and he was
Oh,
talking about it.
Oh, I was watching a clip.
He was talking about being
Yeah,
with the Anheuser Busch back in the day, and how they were just promoting everything.
that's what they need to promote. I mean,
That man was in
have
Jay
Kyle
Z
Larson.
music videos.
I remember that. I think Tony Stewart too? It was
No,
something
that was Three Doors Down.
threw
That
it down.
video, yeah.
Who? Give me your top five before we go into the stages. Give me your top five drivers if you are in charge of marketing for NASCAR. Just forget their skill, just marketing. You need to push these five.
Right now, active drivers.
Yeah, as a driver, forget skill. Just the
Um,
best people with the best marketability.
I'm gonna say Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, and I'll throw in maybe Bubba.
I think we differ on some. I think you had to put Kyle Larson. How about I say Dave Blaney, Ryan Blaney, because
Okay,
anyone who lives in
yeah,
Nashville or lives in those type of areas probably likes Ryan Blaney because the guys look like Ryan Blaney. SVG Free International because people know that name.
but the problem with him, and I know this is true, his first year, it'd be hard to promote somebody who's struggling right now.
Oh, I won't even attack on that angle because I'll look at it. I'll look at him how he is right now. Take away the road course. Forget how he's going to do. Get it there. How did they market Dale Earnhardt when he would then win a race for 5 years? Like they knew he did in the past. They knew everything attached to this past, like FUG, all those wins, championships.
Yeah,
But they were still able to market that name. That's what I say as far as like worldwide from NASCAR. Also, I would find a way to market Noah Gragson, regardless what I feel about him sometimes, but market him because another driver from the West Coast. Look at
yeah.
the history he's gotten to get there. What is America land? The second
I mean,
chances.
he's got
So
the personality.
skill, personality, and it would be a tie between. It's a lot of PR market.
Like,
I might be forgetting names, but Ryan Preece and Josh Berry because those two people look like typical people you go in, especially your area in Georgia, that you'll see walking at the grocery store.
right.
They
And
look most relatable.
also, just not even a hot take with Noah Gragson. You put him in that 5 car, he can do the same exact thing. He's known for riding that high side at Homestead, just
I
like
mean,
Kyle
he was in
Larson.
the 48.
Yeah. Nah, but we
I
all know
mean,
the 48's it's a
they're
hit
all
or
in the top 10 in
miss.
points.
I mean, yes, that's true.
First of all, if Jeff Gordon said Alex Bowman is our guy. First of all, anytime I've heard that term in any other sport, it's almost like
I
NFL.
saw
Like
that. I saw that.
it's like who can I give me a team? Even though I like this guy, let's say Daniel Jones been with the Colts for 5 years. Daniel is our guy. Will Andy Reid ever come out and say Patrick is our guy? We know he's your guy.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to come out and say, well, he's our guy.
But it's kind of
If
weird that he was saying Alex Bowman's our guy when Kyle Larson was in victory lane.
It's almost like
Like,
he's trying to bump him up. Like it's okay. I
well,
know Kyle passed you.
he was sitting on the pit box of Alex Bowman.
He was just trying to make it save face because I kept saying that he was on the 24 box every week. Only time he was near Chase when he came down pre-race.
Yeah.
But if Kyle Busch, let's say Kyle Busch said, "Look, I'll race for half of what Alex Bowman's racing." Who do you think they'll put in that car?
Oh, Kyle Busch. Come on
And
now.
nothing against Alex Bowen, but if Joe Logano say I want to race in the 40, I'm tired of Penske. They're gonna say, "No, we want Alex Bowman."
No, they're not.
Corey Connor Zillage had a falling out. I want to be there.
Oh, Rick
When
Hendrick would be like, okay, come on.
Rick Hendrick come out like, look, man, Jeff, you're making this call. It's a bunch of not Brad, Ryan Blaney. They said, look, come on now.
Yeah.
If Patrick Mahomes says he wants to be a Falcon, I'll play for $1. What do you think the Falcons are doing?
Okay, come on.
I know the Falcons said, nah, I think $1 a little too expensive.
We're going to stay with Kirk Cousins.
But still, it's a lot of NASCAR right now is like MLB to show the game. Its core-based foundation is good, but we complain about the minor things where it's lacking, where it can get even better.
Yeah, I guess that's a good example, but I'm not buying MLB the show.
No, yeah, I'm saying like it's good. I mean, we shouldn't complain because the time I wasn't watching NASCAR, the one thing I saw when I wasn't watching NASCAR a few times, looking like, dang, like why are the sponsors gone from the side of the car? Why are there only 2 sponsors? 2008, you see 20,000 little sponsors on the side.
Yeah.
But what do you think about the first half of the race? Cup race.
Honestly, it was a little slow.
Besides one person.
Ryan Blaney had the best car.
Hands I don't know if you heard the conspiracies about that car.
I have not heard the conspiracies.
They're saying that Penske, well, conspiracies, rumors from other people saying that Penske is trying something. The reason why, because if you look at it, Ryan Blaney had a chance to win every race this year, basically.
Right, and it's something that's happened. That's 2 engines that's blown up.
It's almost like they're trying to push the limits, but they're seeing where they can go. Because what do you always say about the Ford? Watch. First of all, I don't care if he blows up for the next 5 weeks. Look out for Penske at the end of the year. They've won 3 consecutive championships.
I mean, what was the race? Was it the Vegas race where he kept coming back through the field? Or what race was that? I mean,
it was a race where I told you he was starting in the back of the field and we were doing DraftKings. And for some reason, he dropped the green flag. I was like, wait a minute. I saw SVG there and other people like, okay, he's going to work his way to the crowd. I'm like, how did he pass 8 cars in the first corner?
It was God dang, Phoenix? It was Phoenix. Yeah, it was last week.
He was driving past cars like they were going in reverse.
And he got caught up in that big wreck.
They're trying something.
I think the Vegas race he blew up.
Yeah, mark my word. End of the year they're gonna have so much speed because I feels like the Ford has so much speed as a car. It's like they don't know what to do with it. It's like F1. We got the fastest car, but we can't turn, and we have ass reliability.
Yeah.
But at the end of the year, all of it comes together like a Red Bull in 2021.
Right. I mean, what was it? The year he won the championship, he had that terrible summer. The same thing. Like, dang, is Ryan Blaney going to get out of his own way? Like, something keeps happening.
He could have won the championship this past year, but who beat him by like a couple of spots? His teammate.
Yeah.
What do you say if Ryan Blaney wins and it's like him and Joe Logano keep trading championships?
It's one of those where it's like you look, it's like the Dodgers. You're like, all right, what are they doing over there? What do they got going on?
What do you feel if Ryan Blaney wins this year? Or if any of his teammates, Ryan Blaney wins this year, what do you think of Austin Cindric? And then 2, who is the number 1 team in NASCAR?
I mean, yeah. If one of them wins it again, Austin Cindric is 100% on the hot seat.
Cowboys.
Why do you keep saying that?
If you see Cowboys line up in an 18 Penske Ford.
No, it wouldn't be an 18. It'd be the 2.
You think they would say you taking the 2?
Well, his brother drove his brother drove the 2.
What would you? Who's the best team right now? Forget who wins in this year. Is it Hendrick or is it Penske? Because Penske is clutch at the end of the year.
So, well, I mean, I guess who has the most race wins right now in the year?
Because I'll look at it like this. if you look at it, each of the last 3 years, Hendrick Motorsports has had the most wins in the regular season, minus a year Ron Truex won. But I trust Penske in the playoff because like it's gonna be one of those two.
So Hendrick has 2 wins on the year. Christopher Bell, obviously 3. That's Joe Gibbs, and then Wood Brothers has 1. So if you go off wins, you would say Joe Gibbs, but nobody else on Joe Gibbs is really doing anything. And now Christopher Bell has all of a sudden just disappeared.
And it's like he Austin Hilled himself.
Didn't he spin out Sunday? Didn't he wreck? He was a lap down, I think.
He didn't wreck.
No, he spun out.
Well, he didn't like tear up his car.
But he was a lap
After
down.
that spin out, he had a Kyle Busch day. Yeah, are we going to talk about the decline of Joe Gibbs? Like, what's going on in their motor department?
First of all, we need to figure out what's going on with Ty Gibbs.
I don't think it's a talent thing. I just think overall because
Christopher Bell finished 29th.
What did Ty finish?
25th.
And what about the other two? Well, besides, we don't need to bring his name up. He had a decent day.
Denny Hamlin 5th, Chase Briscoe 4th.
I think it's a car. Because I think in today's age, we can also say if it's a car or the team, because one, look at all the former Stewart-Haas drivers. They've all somehow found some form of success outside of that, the team. It's because
I feel shout like out Ryan Preece, another top 10.
That's why I asked you, who did I choose so far? Because I know what racetrack we're going to.
Oh my God. I'm going to have to bring a heavy hitter out, I guess.
I already know who I'm choosing.
You're choosing Ryan Preece?
No, I already chose him. That's why I asked you. You told me I got mad when you said I
chose
Ryan
did. Preece. That's right. You did choose him in Atlanta. Okay. I don't know who I'm choosing.
I already know who I'm choosing too.
Who, Denny Hamlin?
No, I'm choosing the former Cup winner.
Alex Bowman?
I'm not choosing Alex Bowman. I'm not choosing them. You know what? You know if Hendrick's going to win and somehow Rick Hendrick has bought like 200 seats for special visitors.
I was going to say, if you go to Martinsville, they're probably all going to qualify 1, 2, 3, 4.
What was that year where they finished 1, 2, 3, 4 and they all had the special paint schemes?
Yeah, that was last year. I'm pretty sure.
I remember that race and then that Dover race where we invited 200 individuals to see this momentous day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, keep a lookout for Hendrick Motorsports significant moments.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be our 450th win. The 25th anniversary of when me and my wife renewed our vows. But
oh no, it was it was it was this race last year. William Byron won the race. Kyle Larson finished second, and Chase Elliott finished third.
Before we get to the final final stage of the race, a lot of things have been going around about how would you rank Hendrick Motorsports? I think I've been asking it before they even said it. I'd have a better question. Not ranking them. What does each of these drivers at Hendrick Motorsports bring to HMS on track and whatnot? Like, if you're Rick Hendrick, like this guy does this for me, that guy does that for me.
Well, we'll just start off with the obvious. Chase Elliott's going to be your most consistent. I don't know how he does it. I mean, he don't really get the wins, but he's always somehow just riding around the top 10.
I agree with that.
Even though he finished 18th this past weekend.
Would you agree that William Byron's a better version of Chase Elliott?
Yes.
Chase Elliott just wins a little bit more.
Yes. And then Bowman, I mean, nothing against him. He's fourth, and Kyle Larson should be the lead guy.
Bowman is like, you tell Skylar says she's going to the store. She got everything on the grocery list, and then she says, "Oh, by the way, I stopped and got you Shane's. I got you chopped." "Oh, you did? I didn't expect that. Okay, I'm happy for that." Alex Bowman is just like the little cherry on top. "Oh, okay,
right."
He won. All right. And Kyle Larson's like, "Look, man, if we got a card there, we gonna throw him in there real quick. He gonna win."
Who has? I know they brought this up earlier on DBC. I don't know if they really answered it, but
Kyle Larson does.
He has the most next gen wins.
It's between him and William Byron.
I'm gonna Google that.
I think Martin Truex may be high on there, but it's because of that one season, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they were doing mile and a half or total wins from New Gen.
Let's see. Oh, well, this was an article from almost a
Oh, they've
year
been in New Gen
ago.
4 years.
Yeah, this was literally a year ago. This article was Byron had 11, Larson had 8. So obviously that's changed. When did they switch to it? 2021?
Two. That's the same year everyone did, 2022.
Oh, okay.
Just Chase Elliott won the championship right before.
But wasn't that no?
Cause
Who
yeah,
won?
2021 was
Kyle
a
Larson
year
won.
that was 2020.
No, because Chase Elliott won the COVID year.
Who won last? Did Chase Elliott win first? Chase Elliott won first, then Kyle Larson.
Yes.
Yeah, because
So
the year Chase Elliott
2022.
won, that's when Max beat Lewis for the championship, and they both switched.
So 2022 was the first year of next gen.
Yeah, because when Chase Elliott won, Kyle Larson wasn't his teammate.
Right. Yes. Yeah, because he was actually not racing. Matt Kenseth was driving his car.
Oh, in the 42 credit one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
DNS last 4 years. Thank God for ChatGPT.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay. Dang. Guess who has the most DNS since 2021 NASCAR?
Who?
Take a wild guess. Well, 18.
18. Is it someone notable?
For many reasons, yes. I chose him this weekend. Austin with 18 DNS.
Kyle Larson has 14 next gen wins.
Who's next?
I'm about to look. Hang on. That's got to be Byron. William Byron has 8, 12. He has 12.
Larson had 5 DNS last year, so I was trying to see. Okay. So, I mean, Hendrick Motorsports leads the way with 14 and 12 respectively, right? And New Gen.
Yeah.
How many championships do they have?
0.
That's when you asked me, what did you ask me the other day with Christopher Bell? When he was on the verge of getting his third win, or when he did, you said he's got to be a championship favorite. I said, nah, not yet.
It was looking good, man.
I was saying, not yet. Because I kept thinking about Martin Truex ran away with the regular season title, and they put me in the car in the playoffs.
And Christopher Bell is not even. He's 5th in points right now.
I'm saying
somehow William Byron is 36 points ahead of Kyle Larson.
Those first 2 races. It's in it. The one thing I noticed in the new gen car, you can win a lot of races. The new gen car with 22 did like 10 years ago. It's about how you race in the last 10 races, because that's how Chase Elliott got his championship. He wasn't dominating that year. Next thing, he won the championship when Denny Hamlin and was it Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex, and Kevin Harvick combined for over 20 wins.
Yeah.
And Kyle Larson, not Kyle Larson, but Chase Elliott just won the last 2 races of the year.
Yep. The points, just a rundown. William Byron 1, Kyle Larson 2.
Oh, can you do the top 16?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Alex Bowman 3. Tyler Reddick's 4th. Christopher Bell's 5th. Chase Elliott 6th. Bubba 7th. Denny 8th.
Playoffs or regular?
Buscher. They haven't done playoff. They don't have a playoff one yet. Christopher Buscher 9th. Ryan Blaney 10th. Joey Logano 11th. Josh Berry 12th. Chase Briscoe 13th. Ross Chastain 14th. Michael McDowell 15th. Ryan Preece 16th. And first man out and 17th is Kyle Busch.
Okay. To that, speaking of points, I've heard fans starting to talk. You know how March Madness was going on? They filled out the NASCAR bracket, and fans talked about, the tournament starts soon, and they gave the date.
Yeah,
I want to see how this tournament.
I swear you're the only one talking about it. I don't see nobody else talking about it.
Because it's gonna, like, when I forget who I asked. I asked someone, I don't know if it was you. What are you prioritizing?
Oh, yeah.
We're trying to run for the championship. We're trying to get stage points, so we may change our strategy. We're trying to run for the tournament. Oh no, we're trying to run for something else. It's a lot of different strategies. Oh, we're trying to make the playoffs. Yeah. So you're gonna have a lot of different calls up there. Because look, watch out for those quote unquote back markers for the tournament. You're like, why is he up here?
Yeah, somebody's gonna try to. Yeah, someone's gonna try to gamble and go for it. Go for the money.
You see the top. If Cody was facing Kyle Larson and Cody, the strategy, Kyle Larson's pitting, the top half of the field is pitting. Nah, I'm staying out. I'm blocking like hell. And first of all, if you're a driver, you don't get mad. Tell him, why am I moving out the way? I'm racing you for the million. What if it's Cody Ware? Nah, better one. I'm just going to throw it out there. It's SVG versus Kyle Larson. And it's at a mile and a half, no road course. Why are you up here? I'm trying to get for the win. I'm trying to win for the championship. Well, I got $1 million on the line. I'm not letting you move over. I think this is where we're going to see rivalries.
And then you'll have people going for trying to get in the playoffs.
Remember when everyone said that's how they love how William Byron raced what's his face to get the win at COTA? Christopher Bell.
Yeah.
Like, I'd have to dump him. Does it end the same way if $1 million on the line?
No, it does not.
If you're the crew chief, let's
I'm
say
gonna be honest, you put anyone behind other than William Byron behind Christopher Bell, they're gonna do a lot of things that William Byron didn't do.
I believe William Byron's the best person to replace Jeff Gordon, but to me, William Byron is a Matt Kenseth version of Jeff Gordon, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
As a kid, I saw Jeff Gordon move. He was cussing out his own teammate if they were running him crazy. Well, what was that famous quote clip when Dale Jr. was in the 8 and he kept getting mad the way Jeff Gordon kept getting mad the way Dale Jr. was blocking him, pushing him in the corners.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, before we wrap this thing up, I guess we can go over our in-season tournament. You're up 4-2.
Keeping count.
You're up 4-2 right now. You won with Austin Dillon. Daniel Suarez was looking like he was going to have a top 10 run, but then in typical Daniel Suarez fashion, screwed it up.
Hey, look, I asked ChatGPT who should I take, and it told me Austin Dillon, and it gave me that was his best track.
Hell, okay. I should have picked AJ Allmendinger. He has the best average finish thing. I didn't even know that.
I was so glad we didn't choose him.
Because I'm obviously saving him for a road course, but I guess you'd watch him.
Can you pull up the schedule real quick?
Yeah.
We'll see what the next 3 races are.
Next 3 races, we got
like Dover's going to be in it for some reason.
No, we got a good little stretch of races here. Some of my favorite tracks. Martinsville is this coming up weekend. After that, we got Darlington.
Oh, it's in 2 weeks?
Yeah, Darlington's in 2
The
weeks.
throwback? Or is it the regular?
I don't know because they confuse me because the big race is this. The second race is the Southern 500.
500. Martinsville,
So
Darlington.
Bristol, and
Day
then
race.
yeah, Bristol day race, and then we're off for Easter. Well, Cup is off for Easter.
And
Xfinity is at Rockingham Easter weekend on Saturday.
And then we go to Talladega.
Then we go to Talladega.
Are you going to Talladega?
Yes.
For all of it?
I'm going to try.
I mean, was it like 2.5 hour drive if you stay for Sunday?
2 hours.
I know that week you like, let me work the night shift this week.
Yeah, let me go in late Monday.
But yeah, okay. Some good tracks. I'm actually looking forward to the Richmond race because the only reason I bring it up for the tire situation, see what they do. I wish NASCAR.
They don't even go to they only go to Richmond once this year.
Yeah, I took one away,
and it's in the playoffs, and that's not till August.
Last thing, I kind of wish
it's not. It's not in the playoffs. I'm sorry. It's the second to last race of the season, regular season.
How do you think NASCAR would do if they had the Formula One tire situation? You got hard, medium, and soft.
It would definitely be interesting. Have some strategy.
Because knowing that this tire can go farther than this tire, but this tire is quicker. Because I don't want to see, like Jamie Murray was talking about how his little son would say, I know tire management. That's not tire management. That's the comers and goers. That's what we want to see.
Right. I mean, I will say at Homestead there was tire management because Kyle Larson, I mean, I know we keep bringing him up, but his tires went away and he went to the top and didn't even really fade.
If it wasn't really fall off, I was saying Bubba Wallace going to win.
Right.
But
he had for like the first like maybe 10 laps of a run, he had the fastest car. Well, besides Ryan.
Yeah.
Once Ryan Blaney got out, Bubba seemed like he had the fastest short run car.
And Josh Berryfield had that pit road incident, but
yeah.
I'm gonna end it on this. Do you agree with me what I said about Joe Gibbs Motorsports? Joe the greatest. I'm sorry. You got to get a win to get in.
Yeah, it's starting to look like that.
And shout out to Bubba Wallace. Just his finish. If you just look at his finishes, don't add up, but he's been consistently getting points. Just getting points.
Yeah, this last couple races, the finishes haven't been there, but he's been like top 3 and getting points. You know, every race it seems like in stage points. So to finally bring home a top 5, top 3, I'm sure he got some momentum now, and he's going to some. I guess he runs all right at Martinsville. He's won there in the trucks before.
And we always end it with who would you give the number 1 top driver, just in anything this weekend, and who would you give like this driver not a good weekend for you?
Driver of the weekend for me, Kyle Larson. He ran all 3 races. He won all 3 races. Was an overtime start away from winning all 3 races. Not so hot driver that nobody really.
Well, I know I'm giving that to. Think of everything. I know I'm getting that too. I'm giving it to Leah Lawson, the worst driver of the weekend.
I was gonna say, yeah. How are you gonna be in some of the? I mean, I know we don't really cover F1, but
how you lose your seat after 2 races?
2 races in, you lose your seat, and you're in arguably the best team. You ride for the best team, and you're finishing last
with the guy who's won the last 4 championships as your teammate. That's almost like also Cindric.
Yeah.
But driver of the weekend, I was going to give it to Oscar Piastri, but you convinced me. You give it to Kyle Larson.
Yeah.
Then he won a dirt race this past week, some random dirt race.
He did win a dirt race last Thursday.
So technically he won 3 races.
Yeah.
Should have been 2, but it's all right. Yeah, that's it. I'm looking forward to taking this 5-2 lead, command and lead. Watch me choose some one-off guy again.
I'm gonna have to start bringing some heavy hitters now. I already know who I'm choosing, so
I already know who I'm choosing too, and it's not a heavy hitter. I may choose Cody Ware. He ain't gonna wreck in Martinsville. He gonna finish a solid, and you gonna choose one that wrecks out or blows the tire.
I was
Choose
thinking
Ryan Blaney.
I was thinking Ryan Blaney, but I'm like, that man's had some bad luck because he
If you see
won
final
the
research,
last. He won the last Martinsville race. Ryan Blaney
didn't
did.
you say you got HBO Max? You watch it in the car?
Yes.
Imagine the last restart he's leading, dominating, led 450 laps. Man, I'm losing power, man. I'm losing power. Cody Ware finishes one spot ahead.
Oh God. Well, I guess we'll end it on that.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else.
No.
Martinsville's coming up. We'll have a Martinsville preview probably Thursday or Friday coming out. Y'all seem to really be liking the YouTube, so I guess we're just gonna keep putting the YouTube out.
Kyle Busch is better than Kyle Larson.
All right, well, you heard it there
You're
first.
not even gonna say that? It said what did I say? KFB fan number 69, Norval NASCAR. It won't back me up on Kyle Busch better than Kyle Larson.
I just backed you up earlier in the show.
I haven't. Did you say it? Is Kyle Busch better than Kyle Larson?
Yes, he is. Yes.
All right, that's it for me.
All right. See you later.